Looks like we're on. Hey, everybody. Today's War Room Wednesday is one I'm really excited about. It's one that I get questions about all the time because so many small businesses in the end, business owners, especially owner operated, man, don't know what to say, don't know how to create content that isn't salesy and kind of freeze up in front of the camera. So I'm really excited. This is going to be a very simple 4-step process I'm showing you today on how to create as many videos as you want without being salesy, right? Okay, so let's do this first. Let's jump into, got a great slide deck. And by the way, this slide deck will be available for you at the end if you would like it. So I'm just going to show you some of these slides here. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so here it is, the 4-step process. And let's see if we'll even get that to play for you. Okay, great. And here's how this works. Most people don't know what to say, and so they spend a lot of time trying to figure that out. And that can be a big pain. So what we want to do is we want to show you how easy it is to actually work through creating a quick video, because it's all about speed, right? It's all about speed. So let's jump right into it. Let's see, make sure you can see that screen, okay? There we are. Okay. So I don't care if the thing really plays. I just kind of want you to see that slide deck. So if you stay with me to the end, by the way, not only am I going to show you the quick 4-step video process, I'm going to show you, give you a couple of bonuses. Number one, a really easy tool to create videos, both long form and short form, and then a great tool for distributing your content. So if you're like me, I can create a lot of content, and then one of the problems I run into is that second half of the distribution can take a long time, and then it puts me in a position where I shot a lot of videos, but gosh, now I've got videos that are just sitting on my hard drive, and don't actually get published. I call it going outside of the walls, if you will. So, okay, so let's jump right over here. Hopefully you can see that okay. All right. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm a marketing specialist, graduated in advertising marketing a long time ago, but I spend all my time in marketing, direct response with some of the best, and I love marketing. And in fact, let me give you well, I'll tell you that in just a second, but what I want you to do is I want you to be able to create videos in a really easy way that allow you to be the go-to in your marketplace, and then also create a lot of goodwill, because that's pretty important, is creating goodwill in your marketplace. That's part of the personal branding, but it also allows you to attract leads without being salesy. Okay, so this is what a lot of people end up talking about. They say, gosh, well, I pick up my phone, I want to create a video, but I'm so sick of talking about myself. I don't want to talk about myself, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to show you how to do that and how to make it so that doesn't even really cross your mind. It's very easy. So stay with me to the end, and I'll show you a couple of shortcuts that I've got for you that are really easy, really simple to use, and let's get going. So I will say this is so easy. Content creation, I mean, this is our golden age. Just even a few years ago, it was such a pain to do content marketing. So about 10 years ago, I was part of a partnership. I joined up with a real estate agent and his team to create an entire TV show in our local marketplace that was picked up by ABC, the local Channel 4 station. And we thought we really had something great. But let me tell you what that was like. It took so much money and so much time, and became kind of this albatross, at least for me, because all of a sudden we went from running the business that we were wanting to run into becoming a into becoming a TV production company. And we had a camera crew. We had a team that helped us write. We had to go get sponsors to help pay for all this stuff. Then we had to help them create their content. I remember we shot some of the episodes in my house, and my wife and our kids had to leave the house every single time. And she was like, this is kind of my house, and I feel like a prisoner in my own house because we couldn't have kids running around, and all that noise. And it was just a lot of work. So compared to what it's like now, it's crazy. And we felt like we had to get it right because of the cost and the amount of time. But here's the thing, it's just not that way anymore. Okay. It is not that way, which is great news. And here's the other piece of great news. You don't have to have great production value because no one cares. So here's the thing. Please don't be offended by this. But this is a great relief. No one is thinking about you. All right. So we all come from the standpoint of I'm creating this product or service and everybody's thinking about me. Everybody's going to judge me on what I'm going to say. Yeah, you might get some judgment here and there. That's true, but who cares, right? That's going to happen no matter what. But think about this. How many times have you thought about your own mother today, right? This is the woman that brought you into this world and gave you life. How many times have you thought about her? Now, some of you may have thought more than others, but the truth is most people are thinking about one thing and one thing only. They're thinking about themselves, okay? You're thinking about yourself, what problems you have, what you're grappling with. And that's not to say people are selfish. It's just how it is, okay? So from a marketing standpoint, if you understand that people are thinking about themselves, they're not thinking about you. They're only thinking about what problems they have, and they will be thinking about you in respect to what does your product or service do that can help solve the problem that they have. Okay. So once you start to realize that, then you're like, oh, okay. So this isn't about me. This is about the individual, my customer base, my audience that I want to attract, and what problem do they have that I can help solve and help solve at the very best. Okay. The great thing about this, okay, so here's the good news. This totally gives you permission to help them solve their problem, to talk about how you solve their problem and talk about their problem. And it also opens the floodgates to create as much content as you possibly can or want. And then it also makes it so you don't have to worry about selling yourself, because guess what? You're not really talking about yourself. You don't have to, honestly, if I had to come up with videos to talk about myself, content creation videos, man, I would hate that. So, because, I mean, how many of you want to hear about me and my story? Not very many. In fact, sometimes I'll talk to my wife and she doesn't even want to hear it. So anyway, so that tells you what the general public would think. All right. So I want you to think like a pro marketer. You can 10x your output. Okay. And here's what pro marketers think. Well, actually, here's what non-pro marketers think. They think that they will create a piece of content, an email, a post, what have you, and they will think everybody's going to see this. But the truth is, a pro marketer thinks exact opposite. They will create a piece of content and they will say, no one's going to see this. And so therefore, I've got to 10x it. I've got to put out 10 times more so I can get a few people to see it. Okay. And then also pro marketers understand that way less people care than you think. It's just how it is. Way less people care. In fact, that's why people run into the, hey, I posted something and I got no response, even though it was a post that maybe been really thought about, really conceived and all that kind of stuff, but nobody cares and it gets frustrating. But you got to realize, oh yeah, I could put something out there. Nobody's going to see it. So I better keep putting more and more stuff out there. Okay. All right. So with that in mind, this just opens the floodgates. Okay. I hope that makes you think, all right, great. Well, I can actually post 10 things. And by the way, what that does too, what this mindset does is it can take whatever your subject matter is for a video and you can create 10 videos saying the same thing, right? So if you realize that nobody's going to see that, like, okay, and we always joke about that, like, oh man, I'm not sure that video went very well. And they're like, well, nobody's going to watch it anyway. So let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's get as much content out there as we possibly can, right? So you can say the same thing over and over and over. And the reason why, by the way, is because your customers, some that have the problem now aren't going to have it in the future, the problem that you solve. And some of them that have it, don't have it now will have it in the future, right? So it can never be one and done. Never can be one and done. Okay, so here we go. Let's start building videos, should we? All right, so this is really simple. I honestly will just use a yellow pad. As much as I like all the digital marketing stuff and the AI and all the cool tech, sometimes I just like to use that yellow pad that I make fun of all the time, and I just write a few things down. So I start with 3 questions. What problem do I solve, or what am I going to talk about? Who do I solve it for? And what do I want them to do as a result of seeing my video? Okay, so that's pretty cake, right? You notice how I didn't say what should I say about myself and how should I sell myself? You're thinking about your customer. You're thinking about your prospect, your client, right? Okay, so let's go through the 4-step process. The 4 steps are, and actually I should have a better slide here, but that's okay. They are these. Number 1, you want to identify the problem. You've already asked yourself what that is. Number 2, you want to identify how you solve it. What life is like. Step 3, what life is like for your clients once it's solved. And 4, the call to action. What do you want them to do? Okay. So those are the 4 steps. Really simple. Just write those down. 4 steps. Okay. So in identifying the problem, you want to keep it simple. And this is so much easier than you think. You can pull from conversations with customers. This is such a great one, because if you were to sit down with one of your clients, you would have this, usually you can have a big lengthy discussion. And the reason why is because they've got lots of questions, they've got concerns, problems, if you will. So what are questions that you answer when you're speaking with clients? Those are great video topics, because if they're asking those questions, then you know other people are too. So that's a great one. Group discussions are another one. Comments that come up on social media in groups. Hey, what about this? What about this? This is a great place to find content topics. But number 2, by the way, pull from conversations with clients. This one's huge. You don't really have to go far. In fact, I was talking to a real estate agent a little while back, and about this very topic. And the one they came up with, they said, well, you know what? I was working on a house, and the potential buyers wanted window well covers, and we didn't, the sellers weren't quite sure how to handle that. Did they buy them or whatever? And like, oh man, what a great topic for a video. And they went ahead and shot a video and got really good response about it. Like, hey, I had a seller who had to get window well covers for a buyer that came in. How does that work? When buyers want to buy your property, but they want you to make small modifications, how do you make that happen? So that ended up being the topic of the video, and it was actually really, really helpful. Okay. So that one, that's just a great place to go. All of your experience. Okay. Group discussions, like I mentioned, and then your own experience. What experience have you had helping people, and what have you come up with? Okay. So identify that problem, make it really simple. Talk about how you solve it. That's kind of coupled with number 1 there. So what you've done in the past with customers, or a really good story. I like the whole, hey, I was talking with a client, and the reason why I really, really like that one is because it does 2 things. When you say, I was meeting with a client the other day, it validates that people are interested in what you have to offer. It validates that you have clients, and it's almost like getting a pseudo customer review right in the middle of your video. Okay. So, and people say, oh, that person's meeting with clients, so other people are meeting with that individual. Great, I can meet with them. That means that other people like them. Okay. So just really simple how you solve it. You don't have to get in the weeds. If you do, that's no problem. I mean, you really can't mess that up. And then this is one that's really great. This gives them a little bit of imagery. So what is their life like once the problem is solved. So I love the whole picture yourself thing. And I'll give you an example here in just a second. And you can also pull a reference from a past client. You know, hey, we did this for this client, and this is what they said as a result. So that one's really great. So again, another kind of pseudo review right there. Testimonial, if you will. So simple imagery. And then this one's really important. You want to actually have a call to action. This is your offer. So what do you want people to do as a result of seeing your content? Okay. So you want to keep it simple. You don't want to be confusing. Be specific. It could be just as simple as, hey, if this is something interesting to you that you would like to talk about, then simply reply below or comment below, reply to this email, go to this link, text me at this number. We can talk about it more, right? That kind of thing. So you always want to just have a quick call to action that's easy for them to remember, because you want them to think, oh, I do have that problem, or I do have that question. This is how I get it solved. Okay. So you don't even have to say, if you'd like a big consultation, it's, hey, if you want to know more about how to solve this problem, then hit me up. That's basically what you're saying. Okay. So let's just go through a quick sample of this. So I just picked one that's really common right now, home affordability, right? So I went through step one. What's a problem? Home affordability. Okay, well, what are some potential solutions? I picked a temporary 2-1 buy down because that's kind of new in the marketplace for most people. There's other ways to do it, but we save that for another video, right? Save that for another video. But I just picked 2-1 buy down, temporary 2-1 buy down. And then the imagery, I kind of like picturing, all right, what's that person doing? Well, I like the whole idea of getting the cake and eating it too. I like, hey, picture yourself opening gifts on Christmas in your new house. You thought it was going to be next year, but it could be this year because of that 2-1 buy down. And guess what? If rates go down in 6 months, everybody's going to be scrambling again for a house, and you might have slim pickings, so think about how awesome it would be to be in your house while everybody else is scrambling. And then, okay, so if you want to learn more, okay, so let me just run through it. If I were shooting this video, and I haven't really rehearsed this, I just I just wrote these notes down, but here's what I would do. Okay. All right. So I'd grab my phone, and here's a great thing. Your video production studio is in your pocket. And I'm telling you, a few years ago when we were doing that TV show, it was not in our pocket. We had a whole team. The gear was through the roof. The expenses were through the roof, lighting, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, I think we get better videos now on our phones. It's crazy. So just your whole video production studio, it's in your pocket. And isn't it funny that these are phones and we use them almost less for phones than anything? But anyway, so grab your phone and get that selfie going. And here we go. So it would be something like this. Hey, this is Darren. I'm talking to a lot of clients lately, and so many of you are concerned about being able to afford a house these days. Home affordability is a problem for a lot of people because the prices are higher than they used to be, and rates have gone up. So I want to show you a really cool solution that a lot of my clients are opting for to help them get a lower payment right out of the gate. And that's called a temporary 2-1 buy down. Now, a temporary 2-1 buy down just gives you the opportunity to have a lower interest rate for the first 1 or 2 years, or at least pay on a lower interest rate for the first 1 or 2 years and get that payment lower where you can afford it. Okay. So there's all sorts of details that go with it, but it's a really, really great option, and it's helping a lot of my clients get a lower payment right now. So what's happening is they're getting their cake because they're getting the house right now, and they're eating it too. They're getting a little bit lower payment. And then when the time comes, hopefully in the next year or two, where they can refinance, they'll get the home now coupled with a better, even possibly a lower payment if they're able to refinance in the future. Okay. So anyway, picture this. Right now is almost Christmas. And wouldn't it be awesome to be in a new home by Christmas? And you're thinking, well, I was going to wait because prices and rates are so high. But because the rates are a little bit higher, it's a great buying opportunity. You may be able to get into a home before Christmas and be opening those gifts at Christmas, and also have a lower payment than you expected because of that awesome 2-1 buy down. All right. So think about this, you know, in 6 months, if rates drop, home prices are going to go up because everybody's going to be scrambling for that house again, but you're already going to be in your home. You're going to be out mowing your lawn, watching everybody else scramble to buy the house that you've already picked up. Okay, so it's a really great opportunity, both from the standpoint of buying, and these temporary buy downs are helping a ton of my clients. So here's the thing. If this is interesting to you, or if you're concerned about the affordability issue, I've got other solutions as well. Just comment below or direct message me right here on this platform, and I will reach out to you, and we'll set up a time to chat about it and see what options I have for you. Okay. All right. I hope that helps. All right. You see how easy that was? That was just kind of on the fly. I kind of stuttered a little bit. I wasn't totally, you know, smooth and all that kind of stuff, but it kind of doesn't matter. I'm just helping get that message out. And then what I would do, honestly, and this actually makes it really easy, is you turn the other way so you have a different background, and then you shoot it again because you're going to say it differently. Okay. And then the other way, and you shoot it again. Then you go out to your car while you're driving and you shoot it again. And you just keep running them out there. Okay. It's crazy easy to do when you have that framework. And I'm telling you, by the 10th video, you will be saying it so smooth. And what, by the way, there's something else I found. As you keep shooting them, you get better ideas too, like better ways to say it. Like, oh, I really liked the mowing the lawn. I like that imagery more than the Christmas thing. So sometimes you can even key off of one of those, where the next video is, hey, next summer, do you want to be mowing the lawn in your own house, or on your own house, with owning your own house, while everybody else is scrambling to find one? I'm going to show you how to do that with a temporary 2-1 buy down. Right? You see what I'm saying? So that's the angle that you can take. And the creativity really starts to roll. And it doesn't matter if you stutter. Doesn't matter if you drop your phone. Doesn't matter if I did one that I think the aspect ratio was off. You know, it was putting me sideways, but people still watched it. It's crazy. So you don't have to be that big TV studio. Okay, so that's really it. Those 4 steps, if you just cycle through those 4 steps, you can create an endless amount of content that creates goodwill, actually helps your marketplace, and then puts you as the authority in the marketplace. You're able to state that you're the authority without saying, I'm the authority, because nobody believes you when you say that anyway, right? So, okay, cool. All right, now I'm going to give you a couple of quick bonuses, quick things to show you how to create these really fast, and how to get it distributed really quickly. Okay. So the first one is CapCut. So CapCut, I've edited a ton of videos on a bunch of platforms. I have a big multimedia background. CapCut is one of my all-time favorite video editors. It's totally free. It's on, I'm not getting paid to tell you about this. There's other free ones too, but it's on mobile, it's on desktop, and it moves so quick. It's very intuitive, and you can do a ton of things with it, including closed captioning, text, all sorts of effects for reels if you want to get into it. And to be honest with you, sometimes, I mean, just saying, I got a 10-year-old son. Well, I've got a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old. They both will help me edit videos. So I will get them a 5-minute video that I shot, and I'll say, hey, can you make 2 or 3 reels out of this? And they can do it. And, you know, they're 9 and 10. So that just goes to show you it's so easy to use. Now, if I had a different video editor out there, some of the others that I've used, it would be a big stretch for them to use it. So I'm saying CapCut is really, really easy to use, and it's totally free. It's totally free. It's awesome. All right. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you really quickly here is, let me get this screen up, is I want to show you distribution. So if you're like me, then what happens is you create a bunch of videos, and then they sit on your hard drive. You don't actually get them out there because it's a pain to get them out, right? There's that section, the second part to this whole thing. All right. In the True Partner AI platform, under Marketing and Social Planner, you're able to use this to post to multiple places at once because it integrates with so many platforms. So I'm just going to show you a quick example. If I want to post out to all these different accounts, I'll need to reconnect those because I got to revalidate every few days or every few weeks. I've got Twitter, LinkedIn, different LinkedIn accounts, Instagram, Facebook groups, Facebook business pages. Okay. And I can go in, I can hit whatever video I've uploaded. You can pick any one of these. Let's just upload this little guy. Oh, let's do this one. Oh, you got to make sure you're doing the right file type for the platform. So I've selected a whole bunch. But anyway, you select whatever one you want. Let's jump out of that. Let's go. Let's see if we can get Twitter and that one. Let's see if it'll pick up my image. There we go. All right. And who wouldn't want to see that picture for a post? I should post that all the time. Probably not. Type your content here. You can throw in saved hashtags. We go save hashtags, apply those there. That's great. And then we can save it. We can schedule it, post it now, schedule it out. Bam, bam, bam. And it'll go out to all those platforms. Now, this will also, of course, connect to Facebook. You can do it with video, whatever the case may be. And even now, we're able to start doing Reels that will connect up to Instagram as well. Okay. So that is super helpful to get all of these posts all done at once. That saves so much time. That's part of the True Partner AI platform integration. Okay. It's just such a great setup. It saves us so much time. And there's a lot more to that. It will do a lot more than that, but that's what we use it for, the bulk. But I mean, you can schedule, you can do all sorts of stuff with that, which is super, super helpful and slick. Okay. All right. Now, if you want more info on True Partner AI, if you're not a subscriber yet, or you want a summary of today's class, just hit me with a direct message or comment below, give me the good stuff or whatever. Just say, hey, I'd like the slides, and I'll send you a PDF of the 4-step process. If you are already a member of True Partner AI, then this video and the slides will be available in our members section. So you can have it and reference it. Okay. So I hope that helps today. Video content is so much easier to make than you've ever thought. Okay. And you don't, just to recap, you don't ever have to talk about yourself. You talk about your customers, what problems they have, and how you can help them solve those problems. And when you do, you will become very, very welcome in your marketplace, and you will start to become the expert in your marketplace without having to actually say, I'm the expert. All right. So get out there, make a goal to shoot 10 videos today. Just do it. Shoot it out there. Do every one of them Facebook Live. Then you don't even have to edit. You just got to go for it and do it. Just get out there, Facebook Live. Then the next ones, record, and then upload them via True Partner AI. Start getting used to that. But the key is to get them cranking, get them out there. Download CapCut, give it a try. Get your 10-year-old to work on it. Very useful. And by the way, when your kids work on stuff for you, sometimes you can pay them in candy, and that works out great. But you don't want to take it, do that too much. So anyway, all right. Hope that helps. Hope that was a great War Room Wednesday for you, and let's talk soon.